Let me start with a truth that most women don't realize. 97% of men don't actually feel aroused just because they see a beautiful woman. You might think men are instantly turned on by looks, body language, or physical touch. But that's only the surface. What really stirs something deep inside a man isn't about what he sees, it's about what he feels. A man might notice your beauty in a second, but emotional arousal, the kind that makes him crave you and only you, doesn't happen until something else takes place. It's subtle, psychological, and often completely unexpected. It's that moment when you look at him in a way that says, I see you not just as another guy, but as a man with depth, emotions, and strength. It's when your tone softens and your confidence speaks louder than your words. That's when his body responds to something beyond the physical. It's emotional magnetism. You see, men are trained to hide their emotions, to act tough, to chase. But deep down, what truly draws them in is when a woman awakens their feeling state, when she makes him feel safe, admired, respected, and wanted, not for what he can do, but for who he is. That's when everything changes. His eyes linger longer, his voice softens when he talks to you, and suddenly he's more invested, more curious, more drawn in than he even realizes, because for men, attraction begins with the eyes, but arousal, real, lasting arousal, begins with the connection. And once a man feels that, once he senses that rare blend of warmth and confidence in you, he doesn't just want to touch you. He wants to know you, understand you, protect you, and impress you. That's the turning point. That's when 97% of men stop being casual and start becoming emotionally charged. So if you've ever wondered why some men lose interest while others seem captivated by a single look, stay with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly what makes that 97% finally feel something real and why it's not what you think. Here's something that completely flips the script on how most women think about men. Men crave to be wanted, not just needed, and the difference between those two words is everything. When a man feels needed, it satisfies his ego for a moment. It makes him feel useful, dependable, capable. But when a man feels wanted, when he senses that you choose him out of desire, not dependency, that's when something primal wakes up inside him. That's when his heart starts racing and his mind starts spinning, trying to understand why you, of all women, affect him so deeply. See, men spend their lives being needed by their jobs, their families, their responsibilities. Everyone expects something from them. But very few people want them. Very few women make them feel like they're the source of pleasure, excitement, and emotional warmth. And when a woman can communicate that even without words, she becomes unforgettable. It's in the way you hold eye contact just a second longer than necessary. It's the way your smile feels intentional, not polite. It's when you reach for his arm during a conversation, lean closer, or laugh in a way that shows you're genuinely enjoying the moment, not trying to impress, not trying to please, but simply being present and letting him know, I like being here with you. That small shift, that authenticity hits differently. It bypasses his logic and goes straight to his emotions. Because what most women don't realize is that men are incredibly sensitive to energy. They can sense when a woman's actions are driven by neediness, by fear of losing him, or a desire to be validated. But when your energy says, I'm already enough, but I choose you because I want to, that confidence becomes magnetic. A confident woman who makes a man feel wanted without losing her sense of self. That's the most irresistible combination in the world. She's not chasing him, she's inviting him. And that invitation is powerful because it feels like his idea. He doesn't feel controlled or pressured. He feels chosen. Imagine you're on a date. He leans in trying to impress you with a story, and you listen not just with your ears, but with your eyes. You tilt your head slightly, smile softly, and say something like, I like when you talk about things that light you up. Do you realize what that does to a man? You've just told him that his energy excites you, that his passion attracts you. That's not validation, that's connection. And when a man feels that kind of connection, something inside him flips. He starts seeing you differently. You're not just another woman he finds attractive. You become a source of emotional excitement. He starts craving that feeling of being seen and desired through your eyes. Now, here's the secret psychology behind it. When a man feels wanted, his testosterone spikes, but not just in a physical way. It activates his drive, his focus, his desire to pursue you emotionally. You awaken his natural instinct to give. That's when he starts doing things not because he has to, but because he wants to please you. So how do you make a man feel wanted in a way that triggers this kind of arousal? You stay authentically expressive. Compliment him when you mean it, not in a rehearsed way, but in a way that reflects emotional truth. For example, instead of saying, "You look nice," say, "You look so confident tonight. It's kind of hard not to notice." You see what that does? It's flirty, playful, but rooted in respect. It makes him feel seen. You can also use silence, not cold, distant silence, but intentional pause. When he's talking, listen fully, then smile, hold eye contact, and just let that energy linger. That's emotional tension, the kind that makes him want to lean in closer to feel more of it. Because at the end of the day, making a man feel wanted isn't about seduction. It's about emotional invitation. It's about letting him feel that your attraction is genuine, your confidence is grounded, and your interest is intentional. And once he feels that, that's when 97% of men stop thinking and start feeling. That's when he stops seeing you as an option and starts craving you as an experience he doesn't want to lose. Here's a truth that completely changed the way a man feels about you. Men are not driven by perfection. They're driven by purpose. And the moment you start appreciating his effort, not just his results, you activate something in him that goes beyond attraction. You awaken pride, protection, and passion. See, most women assume that men feel aroused only through physical touch or visual cues. But emotional arousal, the kind that bonds him to you, happens when he feels that what he does matters to you. It's that moment when he opens your car door, fixes something, remembers a detail you mentioned weeks ago, and you notice, not with over-the-top praise, but with genuine appreciation. When you say something as simple as, "I love how you think of these little things," you do more than thank him. You make him feel seen. That acknowledgement tells him, "I see your effort. I value your intention." And that's when his emotional connection to you deepens quietly but powerfully. Because here's what most people miss. Men don't want to feel used, they want to feel valued. When his effort goes unnoticed, he starts pulling away. But when you appreciate it, you create an invisible bond that tells him, "You matter here. Let's go deeper." Every man, no matter how confident he looks, has a small part of him that wonders, am I enough? He might not say it out loud, but that's the question underneath his actions, his gestures, and even his silence. When you recognize his effort, when you show that you see what he's trying to do, you quiet that voice inside him. You make him feel that his energy isn't wasted. And that's not just emotional, that's biological. Men are wired to be providers, protectors, and problem solvers. Appreciation hits their brain like a reward. It releases dopamine, the same chemical responsible for pleasure and motivation. So when you appreciate him genuinely, his brain literally starts associating you with feeling good. You become the person who makes him feel accomplished, desired, and respected, all in one. Think about it this way. Imagine he spends extra time planning a dinner date or even something simple like helping you fix something around the house. Instead of just saying, "Thanks," lean in, smile softly, and say, "I love that you did that." You have no idea how attractive it is when a man takes initiative like that. You've now turned a mundane act into an emotionally charged moment. He's not just hearing appreciation, he's feeling admiration. And admiration is one of the strongest emotional triggers for male arousal. Why? Because admiration tells a man he's winning with you. It tells him his energy is effective, his presence is noticed, and his effort has impact. When he feels that his attraction multiplies, he starts wanting to do more, to show up, to impress, to connect. Because the more he invests and sees that it's valued, the deeper his desire grows. Now, this doesn't mean you should constantly praise him for everything. Men can sense fake flattery instantly. What really works is selective authenticity. Don't compliment every move he makes. Compliment the ones that genuinely resonate with you. Say things like, "I love how you think about others," or "You make things feel easy when you're around." That's not just flattery, that's emotional connection. It shows that you're tuned into his personality, not just his performance. Here's the beauty of it. When a man feels appreciated for his effort, it triggers something deeper than pride. It triggers emotional safety. He starts to relax around you. He feels he doesn't need to constantly prove himself. And that's when real intimacy, physical and emotional, can flourish. Because a relaxed man is a receptive man. When he's emotionally open, his body follows. His attraction turns from fleeting interest into genuine connection. So remember this, making a man feel desired is powerful, but making him feel valued is unforgettable. When you appreciate his effort, not the outcome, not the perfection, you're telling him, "I notice the way you show up for me." And that right there is the secret to awakening emotional arousal. Because in that moment, he's not just seeing you as a beautiful woman, he's feeling you as the woman who brings out the best version of him. And once a man feels that, once he associates you with pride, comfort, and admiration, he doesn't just want to be close to you, he needs to be. There's nothing more captivating to a man than a woman who is deeply confident in her own pleasure. And I don't just mean in a physical way. I'm talking about a woman who knows what makes her happy, what excites her, what gives her peace, and isn't afraid to own it. That kind of confidence radiates from the inside out. It's subtle, powerful, and magnetic, because here's the truth. Men are not only drawn to beauty, they're drawn to energy. And the energy of a woman who's comfortable in her skin, who isn't waiting for anyone else to give her permission to feel good, is absolutely irresistible. She walks differently, she speaks differently, and she carries herself with an ease that says, I know who I am, and I enjoy being her. That's the energy that makes men's heads turn, not because she's showing off, but because she's glowing from a place of self-assurance. When a woman exudes that kind of presence, a man feels something he can't even explain. It's not just lust, it's curiosity mixed with admiration. He starts wondering, what is it about her that feels so different? It's not her looks. It's the way she owns her space. It's the way she smiles like she knows something the rest of the world doesn't. It's the way she seems fully engaged with life. The way she laughs freely, expresses herself openly, and doesn't hide her desires behind fear or shame. That level of comfort with herself awakens something deep in him. Because when a woman is confident in her own pleasure, she becomes emotionally safe to a man. She doesn't demand, she invites. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She's not trying to impress, she's simply being. And here's where it gets interesting. Men are incredibly responsive to feminine energy that's rooted in calm confidence. When he feels that you're not waiting for him to make you feel beautiful, special, or wanted, but that you already feel those things within yourself, it triggers a new kind of arousal in him. It's emotional, not just physical. It's like his instincts kick in and say, I want to be part of that energy. He's drawn not to fix you or complete you, but to experience you. Because your confidence doesn't intimidate him, it inspires him. It gives him permission to relax, to be more authentic, to let down his own guard. That's when true intimacy begins, when two people meet from a place of wholeness, not need. A woman who's confident in her pleasure also communicates differently. She's not afraid to express what she likes, what she wants more of, and what makes her feel connected. But she does it with grace, not pressure. For example, instead of saying, you never do this, she might say, I love when you do that. See the difference? One approach criticizes, the other invites. And that's what emotional intelligence looks like. Understanding that expressing desire is not about control, it's about connection. When a man senses that you know yourself, that you're aware of what brings you joy, and that you're comfortable communicating it, he feels a spark that's as mental as it is physical. It's not just that he wants to please you, it's that he enjoys doing it because you make the experience emotionally safe and rewarding. And let's be real, there's nothing more alluring than a woman who can fully enjoy the moment. When you're present, playful, and unafraid to show pleasure, whether that's laughing deeply, enjoying a meal, dancing freely, or simply holding his gaze, it signals that you're in tune with life itself. That's the essence of feminine magnetism. Because pleasure isn't just about physical intimacy, it's about how you live, how you breathe, how you experience the world. Men pick up on that instantly. A woman who enjoys life gives off an energy that says, being around me feels good. And when a man feels good around you, he associates that feeling of joy and comfort with you. That's when arousal becomes emotional, when being near you feels like freedom, not pressure. So remember this, being confident in your own pleasure isn't about being perfect, bold, or seductive all the time. It's about being real, being comfortable, and being present. It's about loving who you are enough to let that love overflow into how you move, speak, and connect. Because once a man sees that kind of confidence, that self-knowing glow that can't be faked, he's not just attracted to you, he's drawn to your aliveness. And that's what turns simple attraction into something unforgettable. That's when he stops looking for the next thing, because he's already found something he can't stop thinking about. You. If there's one thing that truly changes the way a man connects with you, it's emotional safety. Because while men may look strong, confident, and composed on the outside, inside every man is a deep longing for a place where he can just breathe, a space where he doesn't have to perform, prove, or pretend, a space where he can drop the armor he wears for the world and simply be himself. And when a woman can create that kind of emotional safety, something powerful happens. He doesn't just feel attracted to her, he feels attached to her, because she becomes the one person who makes him feel free, not judged. Most people think men only want excitement, adventure, or physical attraction. But what truly draws a man in, what makes him stay, is the feeling that he's emotionally accepted, when he can open up about something that scares him, or something he doesn't understand about himself, and you listen, not to fix it, not analyze it, but to understand. That's when trust is born. And trust is the foundation of emotional arousal, because a man can only fully relax and connect when he knows he's safe to be vulnerable. And that kind of safety doesn't come from words, it comes from energy. It's the tone of your voice when you speak to him, the way you look at him when he's quiet, the way you respond when he shares something raw. Do you get defensive? Do you interrupt? Or do you breathe? Stay calm and let him feel seen. That moment, when he realizes he doesn't have to be perfect around you, that's when his guard begins to melt. And the beautiful irony is this: when a man feels safe, that's when he becomes more masculine, not less. He becomes more grounded, more attentive, more affectionate, more confident, because he's no longer fighting to protect himself. Creating emotional safety isn't about babying him or tolerating bad behavior. It's about emotional maturity, knowing how to meet vulnerability with presence instead of judgment. It's being able to say, I get it. That must have been hard, instead of, you should have done this. That small difference in response can completely shift how he feels around you, because in that moment, you're not just someone he's dating, you're someone he trusts. And trust is the bridge between emotional and physical intimacy. Without it, attraction fades. With it, desire deepens. Think about this: when a man feels emotionally unsafe, he retreats. He might go quiet, seem distant, or distract himself with work or other things. But when he feels safe with you, he leans in. He talks more. He listens more. He wants to be around you, not just for attention, but for peace. You become the calm in his chaos. And when a woman can give that, not by losing herself, but by understanding him, it triggers a form of connection he can't find anywhere else. And here's the part most people, emotional safety is deeply sensual. When a man feels emotionally relaxed, his body responds differently. His touch becomes softer. His eyes linger longer. His affection feels deeper, because he's not just reacting, he's feeling. He's not on guard, he's open. And that openness allows passion to flow naturally without resistance. That's why the most powerful attraction often happens after a moment of real honesty, when two people share something vulnerable and the world goes quiet for a second. In that silence, intimacy grows. So how do you create emotional safety without losing your boundaries? It starts with emotional awareness. Listen without judgment. Respond with empathy. Don't rush to solve his emotions. Hold space for them. When he shares something, validate it. I understand why you'd feel that way. It seems simple, but to a man, that level of understanding feels like a relief, because most men rarely experience it. They spend their lives being told to be strong, to suppress, to handle it. But when a woman gives him permission to feel without making him feel weak, she becomes unforgettable. The truth is, men don't fall for the woman who looks perfect. They fall for the woman who feels safe, the one who makes their world a little softer, their heart a little lighter, and their walls a little lower. Because once a man feels emotionally safe, everything else, attraction, desire, passion, flows effortlessly. He doesn't just want your body, he craves your presence. So remember this: emotional safety isn't just about comforting a man. It's about inviting him into an energy where he feels both accepted and inspired. Because the moment he feels that he can be real with you, that's the moment he stops hiding, starts trusting, and falls deeper than he ever expected. And that's when 97% of men finally stop resisting what they feel and start surrendering to it. There's a kind of magic that happens when a man feels wanted, not just needed, not just tolerated, but desired. And most women underestimate how powerful this feeling is for a man. Men might not always talk about it, but deep down they crave to feel chosen. When a woman looks at him like he's the only man in the room, when she reaches for him first, when she kisses him because she wants to, not because she has to. Something deep inside him awakens. It's the moment when he no longer has to chase validation. It's when he finally feels emotionally and physically safe enough to let go, to be vulnerable, to be turned on not just by touch, but by her energy. You see, attraction for men isn't always about visuals or technique, it's about reciprocity. When a woman expresses genuine attraction, when her tone softens, her eyes linger, her laughter flows freely, he senses that energy instantly. Men can pick up on sincerity faster than you think. A woman who flirts without agenda, who compliments him not out of habit but from true admiration, creates an atmosphere that melts his resistance. He doesn't have to perform, impress, or prove. He simply exists, and she still wants him. That's what makes him feel deeply aroused. Think of it like this: most men spend years living in prove mode. They're used to chasing approval, working hard for affection, and trying to decode what women want. So when a woman flips the script and shows desire first, it hits him differently. When she says something like, "You have no idea how good you look right now," or gently touches his arm and smiles in a way that says, "I want you," she breaks through his usual defenses. Suddenly, he's not just reacting, he's feeling. That's when passion becomes effortless. This is the moment where emotional and physical intimacy blend. A man doesn't just want to be desired for his looks or body, he wants to be desired for who he is. When a woman notices the small things, the way he thinks, his scent, his confidence when he's focused, or the way his hands move when he's explaining something, she's showing a kind of attraction that goes beyond surface level. That's what triggers a deeper response. It's not just about sex, it's about being seen. So the next time you're with him, don't wait for him to make all the moves. Let your body language speak. Look at him a little longer than usual. Smile when your eyes meet. Touch his chest or his neck lightly as you pass by. Compliment him out of the blue. You'll notice how quickly his demeanor changes, how his posture straightens, his eyes light up, his tone deepens. That's not just arousal. That's a man feeling valued. It's worth noting that this kind of desire can't be faked. Men can sense when it's genuine. So it's not about forcing attraction, it's about letting yourself feel it and express it. If you admire him, say it. If he makes you feel good, show it. If his presence turns you on, don't hide it. The confidence that radiates from a woman who isn't afraid to show desire is intoxicating. It tells him, you matter. You affect me, I choose you. And that's when everything changes. That's when 97% of men, those who usually stay guarded, logical, and in control, finally let go. They stop thinking and start feeling. They become deeply aroused, not just by touch, but by the emotional safety and affirmation that only genuine desire can give. Because in that moment, he's not just a man being desired, he's a man being seen, wanted, and chosen. And there's nothing more irresistible to him than that. So what does all of this really mean? It means that arousal for men isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. It's not about the perfect body or the most daring move. It's about how a woman makes him feel, seen, wanted, respected, and chosen. When she shows curiosity instead of judgment, passion instead of performance, softness instead of pressure, something shifts in him. That's when attraction becomes magnetic. That's when he loses control, not because of lust alone, but because of the connection. And here's the truth: most people miss. Men may act confident, strong, and unshakable, but inside, they crave emotional validation just as much as women do. They want to be desired, admired, and appreciated, not just for what they do, but for who they are. When a woman gives that freely and authentically, she becomes unforgettable. So if you've ever wondered what truly turns a man on, remember this: it's not a single action or a trick. It's the energy you bring, the way you make him feel safe to be himself, and the way you show desire without fear. That's what makes him feel alive. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these moments do you think affects men the most? The emotional connection, the deep eye contact, or the feeling of being truly desired? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what you think.